Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. My name is Hallie. Yes, welcome back. And today we're going to kind of be doing a little bit of a talky video, and it's going to be my take on the 5 4 3 2 1 challenge edit that everybody on Instagram is doing. But I'm going to do it here on YouTube because we need content. So it's kind of straightforward. But you know me, I want to chit chat. I want to talk. So we're going to talk. So let's get started. Starting off with number 5, my 5 favorite dolls. I love all of my collection, obviously. However, I just cling to nostalgia. Everybody except one is one of the first 13. They're so ingratiated in my life. And I'm like, those are my little people. These are like my little friends. Like, I don't know how to describe it. But if you get it, you get it. Anyway, as I was saying, the top 5, everybody except one, is an original. So we are going to go in chronological order. I cannot rank them all. Like, they are all my favorites in different ways. Like, one person being the favorite does not take away from the other person being the favorite. And I know 1,000% that is in direct opposition to the textbook definition of what a favorite is. But here's the thing, it's my logic, so it makes sense to me. We're going to go in chronological order, all that to say. So, number 1 is Marisol. It begins and ends with Marisol, my friends. I love this doll. She is my little friend. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, people have, like, baby blankets and stuff. I think I might have said this. I was more of a stuffed animal girl growing up. I'm still a very stuffed animal, like a plushy person. And I never played with baby dolls or anything of that sort. You know, I loved a Barbie. I loved a Bratz. I loved those dolls. So the fact that it kind of made sense that I would have gotten into another doll line. But I just remember seeing Marisol in the catalog and then going to the store in Chicago and like picking her up, this same doll, as an 8-year-old. And now I'm 29, just makes me so happy. And I think that's so beautiful, is that she's seen me in so many different iterations of my life, and she has stayed the same mostly. Like, she got a new head in 2009, but that's okay. That's all right. But it's kind of a beautiful thing because, like, she's where it all started. I'm so glad that it was Marisol, because she really was just kind of the start of my consciousness, if that makes sense. Like, she as a character is so important to me, and that's why, like, I love her. Like, I don't know what to say. Obviously, that's a lie. This is not a controversial opinion, but I will throw my hat in the ring and be another person on the internet saying this doll is gorgeous. I love the Josefina mold. I love the Sonali mold. Put a pin in the Sonali mold thing. We're gonna see that in about 2 seconds. But this is such a beautiful mold, and that's why I don't really gravitate towards a lot of the newer Josefina molds, because it's like, you already did that. You already made Marisol. You already made Rebecca. You already made Julie. You already made Josefina herself. Like, we don't need to bring it back for the 20th time when you did it perfectly the first few times. Like, hello. Anyhow, that's Marisol. Jesus. This is going to be a long video, and it's literally the 5 4 3 2 1. All right, we're moving on. Sonali Matthews, I love your work. So yes, obviously Sonali's the next favorite. I love Krissa. That's my girl. That's my goat. We all know who the real star of 2009 was. Miss Sonali. We can address the elephant in the room. Her hair is curly. Sonali has wavy hair. If you have seen my collection, my first 13 dolls, that wavy hair type, it's not quite curls and it's not quite straight hair. I don't know what it is about that hair type, but with regularity, I desecrated it. And obviously, I would like to keep her original wig, so I curled it, because whatever about price of this doll in the secondhand market, she's not going anywhere. No, the first 13 dolls are not ever going anywhere. I cannot tell you that enough. And especially Sonali, because she is so important to me, but also the fact that what they've done to her mold. Heaven forbid I send her to the hospital, spend $90 to send her for a new head, and it comes back with that new mold. It would be my villain origin story. All that to say, I like the curls. You might not like them, but I like them because they were a nice way for it to become my Sonali. Like, giving them little customizations does help me bond more with them. But like Sonali, you're gonna see her sister in 2 seconds here, and their other diva in 25 seconds. But everybody has little customizations, but they're little tweaks, just because I want them to really be my characters, not so much American Girl's characters. Because where's the fun in that? I can't recommend this doll enough. I know that's a whole nother part of this tag, but I cannot recommend this doll enough. If you find one who is not 2 months rent on eBay, go for it, because she is beautiful. And I think that's really the part that grinds my gears about the secondhand market, is that dolls that I really feel like should be more accessible for people who want them, like your Sonalis, like your Ivies, like your Ceciles and whatnot. They need to be, I just wish more people would have them and more people would price out of them. Because, okay, cool, you had this doll in your basement, you're brand new in the box for 10 years, okay, weirdo. That's messed up. Okay, weirdo. But like, now you're gonna sell her for $500, oh, okay. I'm under your bed. Anyway, moving on. This is your reminder that the Sonali mold in its pure form, in its true form, in its original form, was just the mold to end all molds. They really did their big one. As you can tell, here's my beloved Cindy. This is my custom 46, and she's just my everything. She's just so cute. I remember when they dropped the Sonali molds in the Just Like You line, and it was Just Like You at the time. I'm not calling it Truly Me. Call me ancient, call me washed up, call me unk, I don't care. I'm not calling them Truly Me's. I'm refusing that now. But anyhow, when they dropped the Sonali molds into the Just Like You line and integrated that, it was huge. And yes, we can address the elephant in the room. This is not her original wig, but the fact that this is a wig that belonged to my great-grandmother, who I never met because she passed away before I was born, who she actually herself loved to customize porcelain dolls. This is a wig from her collection that my grandma just gave to me. She's like, oh, this I think will fit your dolls. When I was, 13, that was mind-boggling, life-changing. And of course, because if you know the lore, Cindy here and Callie, who is my mini-me, who was my original mini-me as a kid, who's going to turn 20 years old on Christmas. Sick. Sick. They are customs from 1967, because I'm so old that Melody, who you're going to meet in 2 minutes, was not even a thing. But the fact that this wig, my grandma gave it to me, and it was like 60s adjacent, and I put it on her, I'm like, this is her. This is her. Now, of course, 46 in her original form is beautiful. I mean, obviously, they made her the Girl of the Year for 2017, and we still haven't given enough life for recycling. Recycling an already used doll, like an already created doll. For the first Black Girl Year, we never gave them enough flack for that. We should give them more flack, especially next year, which will be 10 years. I think we should. Anyway, Cindy, look at her. Like, she's just in her little glasses. I gave her this new outfit. She was in Cinderella outfit for the last month, and I just put her in this outfit, and she's so cutie pie. She just makes me smile. Like, I just look at her and I'm like, yes, that is my little diva. Oh my god, I've been making this video for how long and I haven't said diva? Okay, she's turning over a new leaf. She's got the new vocabulary. But I love her. She is just so very sweet. And again, this variation of the Sonali face mold is so endearing. Her eyes, so round. Her cheeks, she's a little cherub. She's a little cherub. Cindy Boswell, you will always be famous. Right. Speaking of always be famous, here she is. Queen, diva, legend, icon, herself. Miss Rebecca Rubin. Yes, this is my Becca. I do call her Becca, like Becca, Rebecca, interchangeable. She's another one, like, first of all, I wanted her, obviously, when I was a kid. She wasn't ever, like, on the top of my wish list, and my grandma, Christmas of 2010, she's like, you actually need this doll, and she bought her for me. And honestly, thank you, Nana, because she saw the vision before maybe I did. But I just remember opening this doll. I also got Felicity on that day, and listen, I love Felicity. She's cute. She was my first, like, tomboy doll. That was that journey. But Rebecca, oh my god, she walked in and she reset everything. Like, I haven't been talking about their personalities, but I mentioned this in my All My Dolls video, but a few of my dolls, the original 13, had blogs. And I remember I needed, I don't want to say a mean girl, but like somebody to be antagonistic. Somebody to really come in and shake things up. And it was Rebecca. She just came in and she did not like anybody. She did not mince words. She had these girls by the neck. And honestly, real. Like, I love her. And this wig is not her original wig, because everybody say with me, she had the wavy hair type that I desecrated. So this is a wig that was originally on my custom 49, whose wig looks closer to 49's original wig, like the brown, like the dark black. And I love this on Rebecca. I remember just thinking, I'm like, I have this beautiful wig that's not on Sunny anymore. So now who's it gonna go? Everything is a journey. Everything is a learning experience. And I learned that Rebecca needed to trash the old Kanani wig and wear this one. And it's so much more her. And I love it, and I love her, as you can tell by the fact that my entire internet persona is based on her. Like, it could have very well been Molly's McIntyre, it could have been Marisol's Luna, but it was Ms. Rebecca Rubin. Yes. So there she is. Learn it, live it, love it. I had her in the pink Stardust outfit since I got Palmer in March. It's August, by the way. And I just changed her out of it today. Rebecca looks cute in this one too. Her entire demeanor as a doll is that pink Stardust outfit. I remember getting Palmer and I was like, okay, this outfit looks great on you, but let's put this on Becca Boo, because like that's her to a T. So she's my girl. So we're gonna move on, but I love her. And with that, we reach our 5th of my favorite dolls, and it's Mooney. Act surprised. I know I talk about her all the time, but genuinely I do think about this doll like at least once every day. I'm like, I love Mooney. She is, I believe she was a custom 30 or 40, I cannot remember which one, and I dyed her, and she has a Melody wig. I pleased as punch with how she came out. I really am. I think she's not too red, because unfortunately sometimes when I've been dyeing the dolls, they just skew red a little bit in the sun, especially. They skew red. Thank you. I don't think it was somebody on YouTube, I think it was somebody on TikTok who mentioned blue to offset the red, and I'm like, oh my god, color theory, you're right. My dumb ass didn't think about that. But no, genuinely, honestly, truly, sincerely, thank you to that person, because I'm gonna try that next time I dye a doll, and we're gonna see how it goes. But Mooney just turned out so perfectly, and she's just so happy. Like, look at her. She's in the aquamarine outfit that I got when I went to the American Girl place in Orlando. Like, she's so cute. Every color she looks amazing in. Everything she looks amazing in. Her hair, I don't know why, but like Melody's hair, I'm going to talk about Melody a little bit more, because she is, spoiler alert, she's one of the dolls that I recommend, because I think everybody should have Melody in their collection. But Melody's hair is so versatile. I know you might think, oh, it's so short or whatever. Oh, it's got bangs, whatever. No, you can do so much with this thing. This is durable. I mean, it's easily maintainable. It is just like the wig. I'm gonna say it. It is the wig. And like, look at her. Look at Mooney. She's just so cute. She is just such, and I think she's a beautiful transition between like what I love so much about my originals into what I love about like the newer additions to my collection, and especially now feeling really settled in like my customizing, is that I can envision something, and finally I know how to follow through with it. Like, I know either that I can do it myself, or I can find someone who can help me with all of these dolls. Even though, like Marisol, I was 8 when I got her, and then, you know, I was 28 when I made Mooney. So it's just kind of a beautiful encapsulation of how much this hobby, even though it hasn't been constantly at the forefront of my life and of my mind. It's always something that like I've carried with me, and I love it. I love it. I love these dolls. I hope you love your dolls. Like, we're just chilling. We're just having a good time chit-chatting about our dolls. So yeah, that's Moony Girl. And she's named after Keithy Moon from The Who and Runjun from NCT. So honestly, that's just something that makes me smile too. It's like my two little guys, my two little dudes. No, first in my bloodline, first person ever in the history of the universe to maybe have made the comparison between Runjun and Keith Moon. Oh my god. Okay, we gotta go on to the next part. Okay, so that was so long, but next we got 4 on my wish list. Full disclosure, I really don't think I have a lot of dolls on my wish list. Like, you know what? I don't really see myself buying direct from American Girl, like a brand new doll for the foreseeable future. I want to see what Daisy looks like. I am a card-carrying Molly fan. We know this. I want to see what her great-granddaughter looks like. I'm gonna be truthful here, gonna put my heart out on the line. I do not like what I've seen. This is Anna. I hope Daisy looks like Anna. I love the Joss mold with orange or red hair. I hope Daisy's hair is more orange. Let me pull up what this little girl looks like. Give me a second. Yeah, okay, so I did look her up. And if she's Anna but with the green eyes, oh, it's over for you guys. I don't know what to tell you. If Daisy looks like Anna, it'll be a win because I think Anna is very cute. Stop me if you heard this one, but next is 135. I love that wig and just how beautiful it is. I love that texture that they put on it. It's so beautiful. Like, everything about her is just stunning. It's just, and I noticed it at the store in Orlando. Back on the Joss mold thing, 133 is suddenly on my radar. She's not high on my radar. She was a non-factor, and now I think she's very beautiful. And the final doll on my wish list, and she's such a pretty penny, but it's number 11. Obviously, she's a pretty penny. She is stunning. If you're a longtime friend of the Instagram, you know I did have an 11, and I sold her in the Great Purge at 23. I do regret selling Irvine. She was stunning. She was beautiful, photographed well. Loved just looking at her and seeing her cute little face. But it'd be awesome if I found one in a price point that I'm willing to pay. Like, really, out of the 4, obviously, since she is the one who is retired, I would go out of my way to get her. But, like, I'm not really looking for any of these dolls. Why am I babbling about this? But, like, you get what I'm saying. I don't really feel the need to have a million dolls. There are beautiful dolls, but I can appreciate somebody else's doll without saying I need to have that doll. And I think that's why, like, I'm glad that it's only 4 on the wish list. Don't be surprised if some of these dolls join the collection or none of these dolls do, because it is what it is, baby. All right, now that I'm done waxing poetic about that, we're going to talk about number 3, which are 3 dolls that I recommend. Now, this will not surprise a single person, but the 3 dolls I recommend are my 60s and 70s girls, who are, of course, Melody, Julie, and Ivy. I just think the 3 of them are just perfect. If you're going to look at it just the history standpoint, these are gorgeous dolls. You know I love my Melody. You know I love Julie. You know I love Ivy. But just from a historical standpoint, how beautiful would it be for a grandma to buy a Melody for her granddaughter or maybe her great-granddaughter and say, well, I lived through, 1964. I saw them sign the Civil Rights Act. I heard the Motown songs. Like, I saw Diana Ross and the Supremes on Ed Sullivan. I think about it as like a way to communicate. And that's why, now showing my age, that's why Julie came out when she did. Because my mom is a prime example. My mom grew up in the 70s. All of that was targeted towards the mothers to buy for their daughters and talk about, watching the Brady Bunch and, the Jackson 5 and all the different Saturday morning cartoons and listening to the music on the radio and just stuff like that, and having the pet rocks. Like, that's just the little things that aren't really, that's what makes history so lived in and so beautiful, is that, like, yes, you do have these important things that we all need to know about, but then it's like the day-to-day life, the little things that don't make history, but they create history, if that makes sense. I think they all just have beautiful collections. I love them all, and I wish you guys could see how much I love them. But like, I recommend them all. If you are a history geek, or you really just want to like dive into the dolls, go get one of these girls. Go get them. My two newest dolls. This is my Mike Nesmith custom. I told you guys I was going to make him, and I thought I would probably make him around the holidays. I've always wanted him to be a Marie Grace mold, and I found a listing for a 115. I don't know the new doll's numbers. Not really. I'm so sorry. Now, I wasn't thinking about that doll in specific being the base doll for Mike, but it ended up working out for the best. But Mike is so cute, and I'm so happy that I have him. Like, his little hat, this hat is his. I did actually get a new hat for him at the Build-A-Bear store when I went with my best friend this weekend. And he has like 5 cowboy hats, but Mike in the show, The Monkeys, his whole thing is that he has this green wool hat. And if anybody can crochet, I swear I will commission you to make me a green wool hat, please and thank you. So that's Mike, and he's the light of my life, and I'm so happy that I have him because he's so cutie pie. And next we have my Tia. So this is Tia. She is my Tiana doll that I did buy at the American Girl Place Orlando earlier in July. I love this doll. I love this doll. Like, I think especially now that I have my second Claudie mold, I think buying the second of a mold is when you can really see the intricacies and the beauty of the mold, because I know I've heard people say, oh, she'd look too similar to Claudie. I don't have Claudie, but I have the Pink Stardust. She looks so different to her. It is wild, but she is just stunner. She is so beautiful. She is so cute to me. I cannot recommend this doll enough. We drive to Florida. I fly other places. My mom is very afraid of flying, and so we drive. And on the way down, I literally kept looking on Instagram. I was on the Instagram, like the hashtag of American Girl Tiana. Like, I was on that. So if you have a post in that, thank you. Like, Tiana is one of my favorite princesses. I really think that they did such a beautiful, beautiful job. She's gorgeous. And last but not least, the one that got away. Yes, like the Katy Perry song. I am very fortunate to have the collection that I do, and I feel like although it is big, it is very curated. However, there is one that I don't think I will ever get just because she is ridiculously expensive. The Swarovski Crystal Jasmine. I think she is gorgeous. Now, does she run the risk of having the wonky Sonali mold? We know this. We've established this. I just do not foresee myself ever getting her, but goodness, is she gorgeous to look at. She really is just a vision. She's gorgeous. Do I ever think she will join my collection? No. Just because, especially now that I feel like I'm really hitting my stride with my customs, if she is $400 or $300, think about all the TLC dolls and doll parts I can get for that price. I just feel like I would rather spend my money in that avenue as opposed to a brand new in-box collector's piece that, God, I would probably want to keep her in the box, and then what's the point of that? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't really... She's gorgeous, but I do not foresee myself getting her. All right, friends, so that was my very, very long, talky, drawn-out video. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. As always, you can follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, you can subscribe, you can like, you can comment, do all that fun stuff. I actually don't think I've ever done like a call to action at the end of these videos. Like I said, turning over a new leaf. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.